Hey, Mr. Fogelson here, and we're ready to do the next skill, quick select and remove an object. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and find a photo that I can use for this removing an object business. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and type in beach scene. Going to go to images. Now remember, we want to save a large image size. Okay, so tool size image large. And I'm just going to scroll through here, exit out of full screen mode, so I can drag it to my desktop. And it looks like we've got a good one here. Remember, don't save the thumbnail, save the actual image. So I clicked on the thumbnail. I'm dragging over the image to my desktop. All right, next thing I'm going to go to Photoshop. I'm just going to go ahead and go to the Learn button to get my tutorials open. I'm going to scroll down to View All Tutorials and scroll down to Quick Select Remove an Object. Let's click on that one. I'm going to drag my image into the Photoshop, and we're going to watch this video.
When you're looking to remove objects in an image, the Object Selection tool in Photoshop can be a real time saver. Let's use this beach scene as an example. In the Tool panel, click on the Select area, then make sure you have Object Selection enabled. As you do so, Photoshop analyzes the content and automatically isolates specific objects within, represented by these thumbnails. Each time you hover over a thumbnail, Photoshop highlights the object in the image. You can also just roll over different parts of the image directly on the canvas. Object Selection can even detect elements that might be a distraction, like the grass here in the lower left and here in the upper right-hand corner. When you click on the area, Photoshop isolates it with a selection marquee. And when you click on the Remove button here in the contextual taskbar, Photoshop removes the distractions while replacing it with new content that matches the surrounding area. Let's do that one more time. Notice when you roll over the chair, it selects both the chair and its associated shadow. Pretty slick. And that's a quick look at removing objects with the Object Selection tool in Photoshop.
Alright, let's get out of that video and let's take a look. So we got to make sure we're in the Object Selection tool. So Selection tool, Object Selection tool. We've got the thumbnails. I'm going to exit out of the layers here so I can see my full screen in there. And I'm just going to hold the space bar and drag so I can see the rest of my screen. And I'm just going to hover over some things here just to see where we're at on removing objects. So I'm going to remove this chair. Let's see what happens. I selected it once with the Object Selection tool, and I'm going to hit Remove. And it's going to go ahead and remove that chair. And that doesn't look too good, so I'm going to hit Command Z to undo. So let's try something else, a different object like this tree here. Let's hit Remove. That looks better, and I'm going to remove this tree. So when in doubt, if it doesn't look good, then always undo, Command Z, and then put back something new. That looks good. And I'm just going to get rid of this chair here. And looks like we've got it kind of all set up. I'm going to hit Command Z because that chair looks like normal there. And we've got it all set up where we remove those trees. I'm going to remove these trees here. Let's see what happens. If it looks good, I'm going to keep it. If it doesn't, then I'm going to undo, Command Z. And that actually looks pretty good. So we're going to keep that there. We remove those trees. And I'm going to go ahead and save this document. So we're going to go ahead and hit Download. Download to computer. Make sure I'm going to call it Remove Selected Objects. We're going to save it to our desktop. All right, once it's saved, I'm going to go ahead and now put it in Google Classroom. Add or create, file, drag and drop it in there. There's my title that I just labeled it. And I'm going to hit turn in. All right, now it's your turn to quickly select and remove an object. I removed a couple objects from my photos, but you feel free to do some to yours, and good luck.